line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Well, this is going to certainly be a show here today, ladies and gentlemen, right here live at the Los Angeles Coliseum in Los Angeles, California. It is time to revisit the track that brings many to their feet and many to their eyes. It's time to see the Colosseum clash back with an all-star race version from the Misfitz iRacing League right here on PTM Racing TV. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back here to the show. I am your host, the Crusader, Christian Shriver, joining you guys here today once again. Beautiful skies right now as the lights of the night skies will come down on us a little later on. We are preparing for our very first heat of the day. As our drivers prepare for the battle, they'll have one heat, then a last chance qualifier, and then it's off to the big race. 100 laps the distance in the All-Stars race here at the LA Coliseum. Let's start them on the pole. It'll be Ryman Castle, and the number 1 is outside the 13, Quentin Haley. Row number 2, it's going to be Matthew Karakoff. Christian Visconti in the 80 is outside then Matthew Karakoff. Row number 3 is Joe Luxon, 04 is outside Jaden Russell in the 42. Row number 4, that's Race Bible in 08 is outside Jesse Singleton in the 51. Row number 5 is Alwyn Collier in the 8 is outside Noah Healy in the 81. Row number 6, your final stars, Patrick Jensen at 78, and his outside, the 83, Ryan Dyer. Field marches their way around. We're ready to go to the action. Put it in the chat, MRL Racing. We have a special gift coming your way. If you do that, we're going to put you in the drawing for a little giveaway. Set it down in the comments. Share the stream around. Get some views. Get some eyes. Let's bring it down at the Clash. It's good to have it back. Now let's get racing. Here we go. Well, we didn't say it wasn't going to be a fate for the faint of the heart. This is going to be a bumper's paradise. Into turn number 3 already. Well, as the great JR once said, this race might have some bowling shoe tendencies here with the way this one might look. This one got pretty ugly down at turn 4 here. Big wreck, unfortunately, for the 1 of Ryan Dyer, and then the 00 Matthew Carrick. Oh, they're literally in the way of drivers too on the front straightaway. What are they doing? They can't get those cars out of the way. They can't get everyone out of there. Unfortunately, they're going to stay green. Christian Visconti gets out of that, though, here in the 80. He'll move it up 2 spots. He takes the lead. Quentin Haley trying to get up to him, as unfortunately the traffic gremlins are having their way with Visconti down there. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not really sure what happened down there with some of those drivers out of the game, but boy, that one got a little heated out of the start. I will say that much. And just bumping and banging, that's what it's all about here at the LA Coliseum. If you can hold the line, you can survive the rest, and that's pretty much what these drivers are trying to do right now. 10 laps left to go here for Visconti as he pilots up an SRX style car there. I believe that's the one Andretti used to drive there. It's been a while since I've seen SRX, and I don't really remember all the car numbers and names on them. But I'm pretty sure that's the Andretti version of the red and black, because I know the orange and the gray was obviously Tony Stewart, so don't quote me on that one. I know that much. Right now he's trying to hold the line down, kind of perform the Andretti moves, and just stay in the lead. We got one car still stuck on the top of the roof, on top of the wall there. That's the 42 Jaden Russell. How he's even still there is beyond me, but hey, at least he's okay. Visconti right now still holds the race lead. Quentin Haley trying to make a move off or two, looking for any kind of runoff, any kind of position he can. As they'll lead in now down around the charts here. They're going to run into lap traffic, as really any of the drivers that are still out here are just fighting the crowd, fighting themselves and fighting this traffic. Remember, it's only a quarter mile infield, so we've literally got this camera literally just flying high in the air to get all the action. Pretty sweet little deal we got going on here. Great work from the camera people down there to use these setups and get this one going for us here for this day. 5 laps to go here. Joe Lux right now at the 04 trying to hold it up. As they go right down into turn number 3 and 4, it will be the 80 of Visconti still with the race lead here at the 51. Jesse Singleton tries to hold back Quentin Haley, maybe a little bobble there though by Visconti. Drove that thing in pretty hard. You can see him rambling that thing into the corners hard. He's trying to get the car to stick on the rumble strips and then power it off the exit there, which makes for some good hard racing. Quentin Haley knows that all too well, learning some trades from his brother, if you will. 3 laps left to go here. We'll put the white flag out next time by. Green flag high in the air here for 2 to go remaining now. And you can see that tire smoke starting to become more and more of a factor, but I really would be a little more worried about Visconti's little issue right now with the glitch graphic gremlins popping in. Here's the white flag. They'll fire him off right down on turn 4 to the front stretch. Haley needs one more big move. He can get the bump and run if he can just time it just right, but that's too far off. Visconti is going to be left all alone into the way to victory lane. Oh, he makes a bobble off turn 4, and Haley barely clips him out on the end. Oh my. Oh, whoa, whoa. Whoa, I'm not really sure where that one came from Visconti, but man, Haley will pull this one out and pull away the W. This is an All-Stars race, so I'll be more lenient on this one, but still doesn't mean I'm not going to get any easier on them. But how about that one, race fans? Great heat to start it off. And that's how we're going to start it out. Heat 1, Quentin Haley, one last turn, and he steals it from Visconti, and Joe Lux goes second. Third will then go to Visconti, 4th to Race Bible, 5th to Owen Collier, and then Ryman Castle goes 6th, 7th to Noah Healy, 8th to Jesse Singleton, 9th to Matthew Karikoff, Patrick Jenks goes 10th. So field right now currently under the wraps under the under guard there. They're right now in the warm-up session. as we'll show here in just a moment as soon as one of the drivers decides to pop on up. I think they may be having a little talk to, though, from the officials down there, if I had to guess. They only got about a minute and 10-second warm-up here, so let me get you guys in on the little loop here right now. You may have seen down in the comment section below, everyone's typing in MRL Racing. You're probably wondering at home, what is going on with that exactly? Well, we asked that you put in the MRL Racing because if you type that in the chat, you'll be entered into a giveaway for a $50 gift card from the boys here at Misfitz Racing League. A big showing, a big celebration, obviously, from them. And I want to get back to you fans out there and everyone that has supported the show and has supported these drivers time and time again. They just want to show a little love to you all. So we want to say thank you with this appreciative, commemorative little thing they've got going on, which is that $50 gift card. As we have one driver deciding to pop it out, at least I think he just wants to get a little airtime. It's the number 1 of Ryan Dyer in that Camping World machine. And yes, folks, we know there are 2 ones out there. Ryan Dyer technically supposed to be in the 83. Ryman Castle is technically the number 1. And the only reason we know that, for those that don't understand what the heck I'm talking about, when you get on iRacing, the sim stamp numbers are what you see there on the left side of your screen, but that doesn't mean that's exactly the number you're seeing on that car, because that's a custom paint schemed car that they are running. That's the way they wanted to do it, this way they wanted to race it out with, so just gotta be aware of that here as we get ready for our last chance qualifier. So now drivers that made it in will not have to worry too much about this one, but you know as well as anything, they're not going to hold back in this one. It's time for the last chance qualifier now. Let's start him on the pole. Quinn Haley, he takes the heat. He'll go in the start. Joe Lux goes in the second run. Hold on a minute. I think I might have misspoken here. We got Noah Healy. Okay, so this is actually the last chance qualifier. Excuse me. They're not going to be doing the gridding order you see there. So let me kind of just go through the more kind of a little short track basis, not seeing anything on the screen. Noah Healy is going to be in the 81, and then it'll be Jesse Singleton in the 51, then the 00 of Matthew Karakoff. Patrick Jenks will be in the 78, then it'll be Jaden Russell in the 42, and then the 83 of Ryan Dyer, which, excuse me, is the 1 actually, I should say. So that will be your lineup. Ryman Castle will not make the call here, so it looks like he is in the top 6. He is actually in the bracket to make it into the A main, if you will. So this is their last chance qualifier. This is how they'll play it out. So Quinn Haley, Joe Lux, Vince Conti, Race Bible, Owen Collier, and Ryman Castle all advanced to the main, which means the rest of this field, well, let's just say they've got some work to do. Noah Haley, the youngster, right now trying to put his 81 Toyota Camry designed up just like his actual race car you'll see down on the eastbound side of things in Newfoundland. Jesse Singleton in that 51 Rowdy Energy drink, kind of polishing up a little bit of that Kyle Busch style racing. And remember Kyle Busch here, when he raced actually in that Next Gen Cup car, boy, did he put on a show, put on a fight, had the race lead for a time or two, and ended up getting taken down by Joey Logano. So going to be interesting to see how he handles and how he prepares on this track. Matthew Karakoff going to be another guy to really watch out for. We've seen him put up some great numbers and speeds. We'll see if he's got it here. Patrick Jenks, must we say more about that 78? And Jaden Russell and Ryan Dyer, they will definitely be some heavy hitters in this one. So only a few can advance into the A main, and then we'll go to a quick commercial break as we prepare for our next lineup, the A main. On the green flag restart though, we're off and running. Patrick Jenks maybe not getting the start that he wanted there. Noah Healy having to fight Singleton on the inside. The outside line though has a little bit of speed over there as drivers don't quite want to hit the brakes, I would say. These brakes either don't work very well here or they just don't care, and they're going to go 3 wide, slowing in from the middle there. Jaden Russell in the 42 going to dive it in deep. Almost takes that whole wall protection with him though. Almost got a piece of Matthew Karakoff. Singleton is your race leader right now. Karakoff trying to hold down second to advance in. Remember, this is last chance qualifier dilemma. You've got to start making some moves. You got to really start making some pushes, some runs here to get into that 100 lap A main event. That's going to be a big deal for these drivers far and wide, to say the least. They know they've got to stay close on the gun there, and unfortunately for Jaden Russell, he's going to get the old bump and tag, and I think that's our first caution of the day. And I don't think Jaden is very happy about that one. This one got a little bit wild here. Let's take a look at the replay. Presented by the Misfitz Racing League. Here, let's take a look at this one. Looked to me like Jaden Russell just didn't quite get through the corner as well as maybe he was hoping for. He had a little bit of a battle there with Noah Healy behind him. Healy did a much better corner exit here. Ooh, you can see Haley, he was backing off. He wasn't trying to spin him, it didn't look like, but I don't know if Jaden Russell is going to exactly think the same thing, though. Let's see how that one plays out. But watch that inside corner panel. And watch the 81. And again, there was only so much real estate down there. And Healy, he's not going to exactly back off just for anything. And we're going to bring him right around town here. I believe we're already green flag racing already. Well, okay. I wasn't expecting to go back green so quickly here. My bad. 10 laps to go. Matthew Karakov still in the lead. And Noah Healy, though, might have overdid the brake rotors a little bit in that turn. He lost it completely. And Singleton strikes it back out on Russell. Gives him a nice bump and tag for his trouble. Singleton slowed up on the pace. Here comes Russell. Oh, and a huge little bump in the nudge yet again. Here, this is some short track racing that's tough, as Russell has not given anything up to these guys. Oh, but he must have forgotten the same thing that Haley did too. Watch your brakes. Oh. Well, I guess if you wanted to get some frustrations and some venting out here, after all the hardships we've seen in previous races, I think this track might be kind of therapy for some of these guys. All I can say is when I raced here, and I plan to race here in the Street Stocks, the official right now, all I can say is God help me for all that is encompassing. It might be a really bad day for the SR. Oh, Russell got another piece of Healy there. Healy managing to refire it. Russell moves it right in back to play zone. 5 laps to go, and this pretty much is your battle between these two guys. Well, we did say it was going to not be chaotic. We did say on the top of the race this could be a very crazy race. It is definitely insane. Ryman getting out of the way for Karakov as he continues to have a huge lead over the field. Jaden Russell trying to hold on to that line here with Noah Healy just pushing and bumping and banging anything he can to try to hold on. Noah's laps are winding down here and knows he can only have so much left to work with. But as a driver, I gotta believe that's a little bit frustrating knowing that you're kind of being put on a little bit of a pedestal to have to try to stick with and stick on the momentum as we bring him right around off of turn number 4 here. White flag is out here now for the double O. The double O with the white flag high in the air, 3.5 second gap in between. He has got this one locked and loaded, just needs 2 more good turns. And off of corner 3 down in turn number 4. Last chance qualifier belongs to Matthew Karakov. Singleton will go second, and Healy will have to go third. And a little love back at Russell for I think earlier. Remember, this is an all-stars race. There are no points involved for the record, so please, in the comment section, kind of keep it under wraps here. It is just an all-star race. There are no points involved. This is pretty much mainly for these guys to just have a little fun, kind of get the racing out on their end. Let's take a look at our feature results right now after this one. So, feature results now popping up on your screen. Karakov will go ahead and take this one home. Singleton goes second, third to Russell, fourth to Healy, fifth to Jenks, and Dyer will go sixth, excuse me. The rest of those drivers, they've already advanced in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and cut to a quick commercial break here. We're going to jump into our next round of racing. The next session comes up in just a few short moments. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back after these quick commercial messages. Enjoy the music, though, while you're listening.
Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, quick crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Alright, and as promised, ladies and gentlemen, we are back now live here on the show here right now. Drivers getting squared away here after the last chance qualifier here. Practice is up and running for the field. We're going to see some drivers get some laps around the track here as we get prepared up for today's action here. The main event coming your way here now. 100 laps to the A main distance here, and I know there was a little delay on our end here. We do apologize for that. Like I said, there's not a lot we can do with the iRacing in here. Sometimes we just kind of have to work with what we got. So, right now though, Owen Collier right now in the number 45, bringing the car out for a little practice, a little warm-up session to get himself squared away. Just gonna go around through the city here and look through the camera section here to give you guys an idea of what we're gonna show cameras-wise here on this one, as we've kind of had an update around a few of these things here. About 4 minutes left in qualifying, or excuse me, practice before we get into the main race itself. Field just kind of piloting around, trying to get some minutes of practice, get some time to associate themselves up and get ready to go with this race series. Again, if you are new to the channel as well here, folks, here on the page, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you guys never miss a show, never miss a beat. We do have a couple of live action races and all that going on this track. Certainly it would be an honor to have you guys on the ground, on that track here and see all the battles we present to you. And I just turned my head for a second. What the heck happened to Visconti? He literally just got stuck in the entire wall. How do you even get stuck into that fence? That's okay. Well then. I really have no idea what the heck to say to that other than he put that thing into the wall. I guess he's going to keep it up there for the time being. I guess he doesn't feel like getting out of there, so. Prepare for the showcase, prepare for the runs here, everyone getting squared away. And again, if you are just tuning in as well and you're seeing down the chat here below, MRL Racing all over the place, be sure to type that in for yourself here, because we have a gift card of $50 coming to one lucky driver's way today. So be sure to put that in the chat, and they will be doing a little random drawing here at soon time. Everybody you see right now is in the A main itself. They will be driving in this championship race, which will be for this All-Stars race event. It'll be 100 laps to the distance. It's not a long race if you want to judge by like a NASCAR usual race or a Super Late Model race, but for a quarter mile like this, I would say don't hold your breath, other not being a few cautions. I was just going to say that right now because I've got the feeling if the Heat's had anything to say in that last one, these guys might not be very patient with one another. Which, you know what? Have at it. Let them just do what they want. Let them do as they please. Let them go out and have some fun. This is an All-Stars race, of course, so. It's not a demo derby for anyone that wants to get in there, so. Yeah, it's not even a bangers racing kind of ordeal either, so we keep that out of the chat. It's really what it's all about is just drivers going out there and you're just going to have a good time. We're going to put on a little bit of a battle, a little bit of a fun show. Really nothing else to it, really nothing else to really bring in forth with it. So, Collier right now getting his laps around the track. I was saying his name wrong the whole time, by the way. I said Collier, it's actually Collier. So, just a heads up. I'm not saying it wrong, I actually am saying it right this time. I asked him personally to make sure. So, it's one thing I've always said before on the show, and I'll say it 1,000 times over again. If I say your name wrong, do not hesitate to let me know about that. Also in the chat, if you see the spam stuff, just ignore that, please. Don't read into that, please. Last being put on the show right now. Race Bible in the 0-8. Another driver you have to kind of keep your eye on throughout this event, throughout this little showcase. He's been pretty fast on the short tracks and definitely can put up a fight here with this one. So we'll see how well he does and how well he handles, as it looks like now we're going to engage into qualifying for the race itself, I guess. This will be a lone qualifier, so Scott's going to put his lap around the track here. We'll see how he does. Remember, he was the fastest all around for the most of that heat before kind of coming up short to Quentin Haley. We'll see how he does on the race here for the qualifying stage. Off of the corner. It's a solid lap, but Quentin Haley yet again defies him with a 2,600 second lap faster than him. We'll see on the second one here if he's able to pull off another good run. Is it a faster lap? No, it will not be, but he'll have the time to beat here. Whoa, and as I say that, Ryman Castle lays down a barn burner 800 faster than Quentin Haley. Off of turn number 4, one more lap around for Castle, and he will stay with an 800 faster lap time, and Visconti, I think, is trying to escape the Colosseum. I don't think he wants to be here in his mind. Jaden Russell gets a 4th place qualifying run. Jesse Singleton gets a 5th run. Actually, Jaden Russell's going to put this one in the 3rd now, so we'll see how he does from there. Ryan Dyer, as you see, struggling to get this car to kind of stay under wrap, stay under pressure. And the one struggles to get it fired back up. Joe Lux gets a 7th fastest. Not quite the times he was looking at or what he was after there. So, field going to square away here, get all settled back down on the wraps on the show. Qualifying has pretty much completed, if you will. The only ones that have not qualified is Grayson Collins and Matthew Karakoff. Karakoff, well, presuming he's going to try and qualify. I think he's just trying to see if he can get the tires warmed up first. There he goes. He fires up the ignition there. Time to beat 13.63. Can he get it done? His first lap is now underway. He'll bring it right around turn 2. Good stroke. Good stroke of speed. Needs to go a little lower, in my opinion, though, on that apron. And the time, 5th fastest so far. It's still a little bit too high, in my opinion, on the apron. And needs to get a little higher to gain speed. That bobble there is going to cost him. That's going to cost him even more. This is not going to be faster than that first one. And that wasn't obvious enough. That one slowed him down tremendously. But a 5th fastest for him. So the 00 will be in the top 5 seeded. And Collins yet to lay down a qualifying lap. So I'm presuming he wants to start in the very, very back, if I had to guess. Well, field getting squared away, ready to go back down out of here once more. So as we get ready to celebrate here down at the Colosseum once again, this Clash race. I mean, what a show! What a really a showcase this is again for this All Stars race here. Again, these guys, they're going out and they're going to go out here. They're going to put bumpers together. They're going to put hard runs together. And really, this track, in my opinion, for a variety of reasons, is just so darn tough at keeping drivers in check, keeping them under pressure and cool, to where it basically kind of forces them to drive like if you would on really any kind of track that doesn't involve a mile and a half while using very aggressive tactics. This is literally that times 11. It is extremely crazy what they're going to have to do here just to even get through on this showcase. So our field right now preparing to go back into battle, back into the race run here. We are waiting for the completion of this qualifying. After that, we'll then get ready to race him on for the night. And this will be the big moment, the big showcase here again. 100 laps to the distance here at the LA Colosseum. Race fans, again, thank you so much for tuning on into the show. Thank you so much for coming on board. It certainly is an honor and a pleasure to have you all on board and really coming out here to see the races, see the drivers, see the showcases. It's always a great time around here on PTM Racing TV, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Field now is ready to rock and load. Let's take it down here and look at the drivers and their showcase. This is the All-Stars race A main. And here's how we're going to do it. Ryman Castle in the 1 is the number 1 qualifier. Quinn Haley will be in the 13 is outside. Row 2, Jaden Russell, the 42 is outside. Christian Visconti in the 80. Row number 3, Matthew Karakoff in the 00. Jesse Singleton in the 51. Row number 4, Race Bible, the 08 is outside. Joe Lux in the 04. Row number 5 is Owen Collier in the 8 is outside. It's Ryan Dyer in the 1. Bryson Collins fields it in the 5. And here we go. We are ready to go here. The All-Stars race main event is now about to commence. The drivers prepare to do battle. They prepare for the war at hand and what is about to come here down on PTM Racing TV. We've seen crazy moments come forth here before. We've seen crazy action days and all that and then some here on this show. But my friends, this one looks to be a hot starter, hot garnered attention race on multiple fronts for everybody involved here. We cannot wait to see what happens now. Field getting squared away right now, still waiting for the firing of the pace car, and then the drivers themselves can get right locked and loaded here. Beautiful skies under the Colosseum weather. I thought honestly we were going to be going more towards the night skies, if you will, but that did not quite go into effect, so it's just going to stay nice and bright and sunny around here. And the field now has begun their laps around the course, preparing for the race at hand. If you guys missed our little showcase earlier on as well of the Pro Late Models down in the dirt style series here with USA International, it is up on our YouTube channel right now as well. You can go and take a look at it. It's the NDRA race down here just a little while ago. What a battle, what a fight it was down there. Certainly hope you enjoy that one. But right now, live here on the show at Los Angeles, at California's LA Coliseum, the Misfitz iRacing League is about to put some super late models to the test. And how much they can put up, we're about to find out, because I'm at the put up or shut up. Let's get down to it off of turn 4. Fire them away to the green flag. We fly. All-Stars race time. Off the start, much cleaner. Whoop, I had to say something. Quinn Haley with already the first bump. I got 100 laps here. I thought it was going to be a little cleaner than that. Matthew Karakoff gets a piece there of Joe Lux, and Karakoff is, I presume, not too thrilled with that 0-4. And that'll bring out the first caution of the day. Let's take a look at the P2 Mr. replay. You can see right here, Karakoff got kind of put into a bit of a bad spot. Lux saw an opening and then pounds him in the rear. And then watch Karakoff, he just drives it right back at him. He's like, hey man, what was that for? I don't think he found that too kindly of his fellow driver out there, I would say. Field gonna march their way on around the track yet again here. We are ready to get back down to business here. One more time by, and then the pace car will turn lights off on the track. And judging by everything here, looks like they are not going to count the caution laps, so this will mean they are going to get a full 100 in this one. That can mean two things for these drivers. Number one, it could be a quick race, or number two, it could be a very, very long race now. And they get a little too crazy, those cautions, they may have some problems down there. Let's just say that. Laps now set to go. Feel a pace back in. And it appears the 5 Collins will not be joining us here in this race, so a bit of a tough break there for him, unfortunately. So coming on down, back down the restart zone, back underway. We're under green. Whoa, and Quinn Haley, boy, he get a little up tap there from Visconti. I think Visconti might have had something to do with that one. I don't think he was too thrilled earlier at that 13. And the dark horse 13 of Quinn Haley right now trying to hold down Visconti here in the 80 as he now marches to charge at him. Joe Lux in the 04 keeping his Jake's machine at least somewhat in peace here and clean as a whistle. Jay and Russell trying to keep it somewhat clean, not trying to bump into him or take anything with him, but you can see he is driving it pretty hard down there. Looking for an opportunity to strike it when he can. Damaged cars, damaged equipment, but that's kind of the old point of a short track sometimes. I don't think we need a highlight reel of some hard hits and some good licks. I think you might get it with this track, to be honest with you. Got it right around right now, and now Joe Lux has caught up there with Christian Visconti. Visconti maybe slowing down just a little bit, trying to preserve the tires. Lux, though, has no sort of MO on that one. Puts it right in near between that gray and red SRX style car. Lux trying to find a gate, trying to find the opening there. He is dealing with the gatekeeper of Visconti right now, holding the line down while Ryman Castle. Can you just say pure consistency? The number one is leading this one down, no problems whatsoever. Little battle coming down here. Switchblade action now back off the front of turn 4. Singleton got the door open. He takes it from Russell. And now Karakov moves it right in between the 42, takes it over. Some heavy charges in this one again. Drivers are going to have to try to find any kind of opening they can get. Collier doing much the same. Collier kind of pushing it right in between there. Race Bible is 08. Race Bible, I guarantee you, not too thrilled with that 485 for kind of giving him the old tag in half. And again, frustrations really boil over on this track. You can't escape it. There's just no way to. And sometimes there's no way to pass on this track. Let's just be honest with ourselves. And Race Bible just showed you how difficult things can be when you decide to drive a little hard on the wall. He is going to wall ride this thing up, and they're going to call the caution on the number 1 there of Dyer. Or excuse me, Race Bible, excuse me. Sorry, Dyer. That's Ryan Dyer on the 1. That was my bad. 08, a Race Bible. Hey, he got it off the wall at least. So let's take a look at his replay. Looks like he just kind of overshot it coming into that corner there. And I don't know, maybe he just could not find the rhythm and find the runner. If he just kind of wanted to try to see if he can push a little bit harder at that 45. You can see he drove it in pretty hard here coming off the exit. But once he got a little too close to that wall and turned it back in, the car wasn't going to have any of it. Turned off the engine, let the fuel cells kind of cool down, let the engine kind of lean back in there so he doesn't burn up too much fuel or too much issue with the throttle and the transmission. It's very easy to break something down there if you're not too careful. Back to the action we go here. We are now still firing off with the number 1 of Ryman Castle here, dealing with Quentin Haley there right behind him. Haley trying to find a line off him, trying to stick it right at his nose into his grill panel. Joe Lux managing to take away a position over from Visconti as the 51 of Singleton tries to manage his way down around the track, trying to find some openings, get the chopper cam engaged and put it right over through the areas and the walls of the great Colosseum. The chopper cam tells all, it looks like Joe Lux unfortunately got told all to go, well, send it all, I guess you could say. I really don't know how to say that one, at least without not getting demonetized pretty quickly on this channel. Russell now on the outside, far and right in. Joe Lux moves to the inside zone, makes a good charge and a half here. The 0-4 takes position away. And Race Bible 3-1, salute! That one didn't fit! Oh boy, look out! Race Bible upside down! Well, I'm not really sure if Joe Lux realized where he was at or what he just did there, but unfortunately, that 0-8, I guarantee you probably will be seeing him in the pits here in a little while. Russell dives in deep, and you can see those Lux that end up taking the flare way up on his roof. I don't think he appreciated that one. Russell, I think, just had the presence of mind to just stay away from this one at least. Give him credit, at least he knew on this one. Yikes. There is just some pure madness and unalterated horsepower. These boys can bring to the table as much as they can bring chaos to the table, to say the least. Wild, and, oh yeah, what's that other word? Oh yeah, wild as can be. But nevertheless, the drivers are still getting squared away here. They've still got plenty of laps to go. Still literally about 80 laps needing to be completed here. And remember, again, you'll see the laps kind of click off on and down from one to the other. Remember, they are running under the format style of the no laps under caution will be counted. So every lap they run, they have to run a full 100 laps. It will count on the show, no matter how long that takes. Also, if you're just tuning in as well, be sure to hit the subscribe button here on PTM Racing TV. But also, just for today only, be sure to put in the chat MRL Racing to be put into a giveaway for a $50 gift card. That will be done later in the day. They'll come right back around here. Pace's car has finally turned the lights off now. It's time to let the drivers wheel and deal. And Haley and Visconti. Well, this one could get a little bit interesting around here. The 13 and the 80 are not seeing eye to eye on anything. So I guarantee you one thing is for sure. Visconti might be pushing some bumpers and some fenders together. If he gets his wish, he gets his way. They'll stay under yellow one more time around. Looks like they're not quite ready yet. You know, another reason too why they're doing this is because they want to not put drivers a lap down and have to figure out how to get other ones back in place, back in position. So the reason they did this was basically to help let drivers get more squared away. If they get wrecked out, they're thrown around, they can get into pit road, then they get towed, they get put back on the track, and they will not lose laps, they will not lose position so long as we don't go green. That is another big reason, which in my opinion definitely can help the cause a bit, but it can also be a bit tricky here to say the least on some of these occasions. Back onto the restart zone though, we are back underway here, and now the field works their way on in once again. Mounting the charge right around, and Singleton decides to get Visconti's hair a little bit, and I don't think Visconti's going to appreciate that very much. And those good traffic gremlins seem to be really pestering around on him just a little bit more than usual here. You better be careful! And Race Bible yet again gets sent back to the Shadow Realm. Oh my. That's 0-8. I'm telling you, cannot catch a break. Well, Let's take a look at the PTM Instant Replay and pop that back up. Karakov thought he had enough time in the inside line. Remember, these guys, there's just not a lot of breathing room. There really just is not. And stuff like this eventually will happen. And it looks like they're not going to waste time on this one. They're going to get him refired. They want to go one more lap around, and they're double filed up yet again to get this one squared up and away once again on the show. That's the way we like it. Alright, folks, here we go. We'll double file them up here. Let's get these guys back rolling here. You know, if I was the drivers too, I'd probably be thinking about this. Why not just kind of wait it out, not have to burn tires up? Go when the time comes later on. Don't worry about it right now, because honestly, the way this is looking right now, this is turning more into kind of that banger style racing, which is just let the race come to you. Don't try to make the race come to them. Be sure you race your race, but stay out of trouble when you can. Or if you're like throwing yourself in trouble, then there you go. And another caution. And I'm no DJ. I'm sorry to say I do not have any way of making some music up around here. Believe me, I have thought about trying to get music on the show here, but we haven't really discussed that, and the producers are still a little lenient, as am I, so... Yeah, this is just chaos personified right here, man. Jane Russell gets clipped, Race Bible clips the 00, and then Bible gets spun on around again and comes to a dead stop. And we'll see if the drivers can get things taken care of here. They can get back down to business, back down to the track here. Again, a lot of them just are going to throw haymakers. They're going to throw themselves to the wall, to the wire, and make it stick. If at all possible. They do this because they have to, and pretty much to get around this. Restart zone, initiated and engaged. We're back. Oh my, underway. 3 wide for every fleeting moment there. Visconti nearly getting in between there. Jayden Russell kind of shooting it right through the gap. Visconti though still holds line, still holds charge. Guys in the back still having their way down there, to say the least. Heavy on the nose, heavy on the run. Still nobody giving an inch, nobody giving out on the track here. It's everybody's game here. Collier and that 45 got a little up tap there from Race Bible on the 08. Maybe a little payback for earlier on in his mind. Still looking to hold down the fort, hold down the track here. It looks like things are starting to get a little bit more basked around, kind of more basked and on in. Frag Racing, Quinn Haley with the race lead here. Remember, he did win the heat by virtue of basically that big pass that he threw at Visconti earlier on. And since then, it's been basically a matter of words and tempers being thrown at one another. Yellow flag back on out here. Problems down there, I believe, for the number 1 of Ryan Dyer here, unfortunately. Okay, it wasn't quite Ryan Dyer, actually. It looks like it might have been Ryman Castle. that dealt with that, so you can see where I get confused sometimes. Yeah, right around. Not really sure where did everything went wrong there. Well, I'm asking for the producers for help here. They're not giving me much help here, to say the least. We do know that Castle had received an EOL, but not really sure why. So looks like they're just gonna refire him. I guess we're gonna call that the ghost caution here, because honestly I have no idea what the heck happened there. Gotta love those ghost cautions. Alright, 30 laps in, still got about 70 to go. Work them on down off of turns number 3 and 4, back in the playing field zone once again, back to the green flag, we bring them out. And Visconti now has a little company yet again. Singleton's still trying to punch and push his way around him. These old shots are going to get more and more difficult because really you're trying to not spin the tires around, but you're also trying not to lose precious momentum entering into a turn, knowing you're going to get bumped. You know, you have to kind of watch that brake and watch that pressurized point to make sure the car will hold line. Oh, and that was a nice little tick and a nick there for the 80, but Lux managing to stay out of the way and stay out of problematic zone. That could have been pretty bad on his end if he took the hit there. Stays out of trouble though, now works his way back on into the fray. And you're gonna see how hard they are hitting these things, man. They are not being easy. If we add Bowman Gray Stadium ever into the service, believe me, then I think we have a perfect lineup. Yellow flag back on out though, and I'm still not seeing where the yellow flag is out for. The only thing I think of is Ryan Dyer, the one from what I've been told on the timing sheets. No definitive conversation there. It looks like Quinn Haley going to the outhouse. Not sure what's going on with that number 13, but it looks like he's going to get put to the back. Which I'm not really understanding unless he's backing off. No, he is put to the back. Okay, well, I guess 13's going to the back of the outhouse now. I'm not for sure why that is. I didn't see him do anything completely crazy, unless they have some kind of special thing going on down there I'm not aware of. Double filed up, pace car is leading our drivers in the charge back up. 65 laps still remain. Alright, here we go. We'll lead them on down the charge yet again here. We have 65 laps left to go. Double filed up for the restart zone here. Field worked their way on down around with 65 laps left. Who's going to be able to survive the night, survive the track, and survive the right? We're about to find out off of turn number 4. We'll bring him back on around here yet again here, and green flag charges up. Singleton working his way on the inside. There's 0-4 of Joe Lux. Lux trying to hold himself in Econoville and trying to hold himself down in the position zone. And you can see now Race Bible at 0-8 finally found some speed. He found some life. May have found something more in there if he can get this going. And you can see a good onboard camera here. There's something incredible with these race tires. Something I absolutely do love about iRacing is just the level of detail and dignity. You can see being put on full display. Those tires coming out to a dead stop. And watching those cars really just kind of slide them up just a little bit like that right there. Jaden Russell opening the door up, and that 0-8 Race Bible sneaks his way on by. Collier in the 45. Oh, he got a little side skirt there. Attack from the 00 Matthew Karakov. Little bumping and banging for his troubles. Oh, he almost got spun around. Got into a huge opening there. That 00 Karakov had to back off, get away from it. And Collier, I guarantee you, was probably ready to go for a ride, but he manages to hang tight, hang stable. And caution is out again. Ryan Dyer spuns it right off turn 2. Well, the good news is this time we do know where the caution came from, so let's take a look at the PTM instant replay. And he overdrove it, got stuck, and yeah, Lear came right behind him, and again, the iRacing cautions are on, so that was what determined that one. Right off around turn number 4 there, and let's just say that was not a very good restart for that 51 of Jesse Singleton. And everybody else all over the place here really didn't even realize what was going on down there. And Race Bible takes the lead. He hangs on. Oh, I was really trying to focus in on something here. Next thing I know, these guys go right back at it. Well, I didn't realize what was going on until it was too little too late, and Race Bible gets away with some serious mud and momentum. Jaden Russell pounded the inside corner of Visconti. He had really, in his mind, no choice. He had to go for it or he was going to lose him. And he ends up taking, unfortunately, Collier with him. Collier nearly had the race lead if he could just took Bible with him. Wasn't quite to be, though. Caution is back out once again. Collier is damaged bad, and I guarantee you he is not too thrilled right now. Let's take a look at the replay. Let's just start from the beginning here, guys. Let's just start from the very beginning. This is what happened originally. Visconti went completely overboard. Race Bible snuck his way in there. And then from there, I really don't know what the heck happened. I just know there was chaos, there was pandemonium all around us. And there it is, Joe Lux just driving it right into the dirt. A little dirt track reference we always use, basically just saying like he ran that thing in so hard he was trying to make a move or two. Ryman Castle will get the car out back on the track here. Looks like he will stay in his hunt, in his pursuit. Quinn Haley going to be back up in this fight, in this fray now all of a sudden. Looks like he'll come up there with Ryman Castle, so I believe they're putting drivers now in their slots where they're supposed to be for position here, I believe. If I had to guess, they were... Well, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Really no word down for the race officials here. Oh, okay, now here we go. We got a word down there. Stage winners here is what we're getting word from. So there was actually stages in this race that I was not completely aware of, to be honest with you, that I just now realized. So stage 1 winner, of course, was Ryman, and then stage 2 winner was Quentin Haley. So that's why they had to go back. I thought it had something to do with that. I was just wasn't for sure. So those boys will have a little bit of a leg up, if you will, around these parts. By the way, if I haven't already said, B. Karakoff coming on board. Thanks for coming on down. Patrick Jakes champion. Bakugan Rules coming on board as well. Thanks so much. Jaden James, Star Trekker, Quentin Haley, Linda Jenks, Ryan Dyer, the Keystone Corner, Jesse Singleton, Bible Family Racing, Owen Collier, and the Pottles. Thank you all so much for tuning on in and coming on out to see the race and to see the action in the All-Stars race for the Misfitz iRacing League. We certainly hope you've enjoyed it so far, and we will continue to broadcast this one in its entirety. Off the distance into corner number 3 and 4. We fire them on down once again here. Prepare them to battle and prepare them to race. And there will be no shortage of pushing and bumping and banging now with these guys. They've got a fresh, clear-cut coat of paints, and some a little bit more damaged up than others. One thing is for sure, there are no givens to be given out. I could think right about now a lot of these drivers are giving I could give a rat's furry tail end for this. They just want to put each other to their limit, put each other down on the track. As the field continues to work their way on in right now, I'd say let's not we crank it up a little bit. Ooh, yellow flag pops on out now as well here. We'll get the yellow out, yellow out, yellow out. And we're going to slow the drivers back on down a little bit here, get squared away. Chaos, pandemonium all around us here, and I think Visconti might have had enough here for one day. He's jumped into pit road. I think he's trying to get cleared up from a little wreck he suffered just a minute ago, but we'll take a look at the PTM replay and show you guys exactly what we're talking about. 3 wide salute. Joe Lux has really had no love for anybody today that involves that 80. And okay, I said earlier this was supposed to be for fun, but that I'm not going to hold back. Lux really should have backed off right there when he did that to the 80 of Visconti. Now that basically flipped him over and had to get him refired or refreshed. So I'm going to condone the actions on that one. That's not something you do like that. He's already done it once, so doing it twice, we're not going to go there. Again, it is an all-stars race just for points. There's no points on the line. It's pretty much a fun race, if you will, but that's just bad sportsmanship. That's the way I'm going to look at it. So we are halfway into this race, closing to the end, closing down for the final laps here. We are still needing to put another 50 laps put on the track though. Anybody's guess really who pops away with this one or who can really hold on for the rest of this race. It's been pretty much chaos, pandemonium, and excitement all around us. That's the best way to put it right here. Pace car brings it right off of turn number 1 and 2, and the field will square away yet again. And we're going to go one more time around. Still, they're not quite ready yet. There is pace lights now turned off on the pace car here, so we are going to get everyone squared away. 12 drivers came in near the start of this race, and out of this entire battle of the All-Stars, and only 10 remain standing. Green flag back in the air. Good jump there by Ryman Castle. Race Bible right on the verge. Put on a little bit of a fight there to Quentin Haley in the 13. Quentin Haley, though, able to hold it down. Collier now back on the fight. Whoa! And takes a little piece there. Race Bible with him, but Matthew Karakoff's sake, though, not quite the same ordeal. Well, back to the replay we go. Let's take another look at it. As you can see right here, Jaden wasn't going to give that run up, neither was Karakoff, and both drivers just pretty much pushing it right to each other. You can see a few limits may have been pushed mentally as much as they were physically there. And drivers already wanting to get double fouled up. They don't want to wait. They do not want to wait anymore. They know this is a bit of an endurance right now. Here we go now. Drivers now squared away yet again. Can they get this one wrapped around and put back onto the offensive here? That will remain to be the question. Green flag back on now. We're back underway. Oh, huge jag there for that 45 at Collier. Race Bible, though, great drive on his end to hold that thing online, but yeah, Jiminy, Jominy, and Trice, Priminy sake, my boys. This is getting a little all over the place. Oh, there's definitely not NBA friendly bump attacks now. This is all just drive it in and get it to stick, or it's not go, or it's gonna stick somewhere else. I mean, I'll tell you one thing as a driver, it gets kind of frustrating having to deal with this, but that's the thing. It makes it so much fun. It really tests you mentally as it does physically. As long as the cars can put up with it, and I'd usually say go for it and hope for the best. That's the way I was always taught. Ryan McCastle holding his line down though with Quentin Haley right behind him here, trying to make a little bit of a charge at the number 1. The 1 is your race leader. Remember, he was your fastest in the stages. He was the fastest in the overall race performance of pulling that one away. Dyer comes to a stop yet again, does refire though. He'll get it running again, and these drivers will have to work their way down from that. First time I've been able to use this camera really for a while today here, and you can see what Quentin Haley is up to. You can just look at that throttle rhythm, him turning into the car, turning into that wheel end. Really having to power steer that thing into each turn, each corner, hoping that it'll stick and hoping that it'll get a runoff. Collier needs to refire the 45 or it's going to be a little trouble for him. might be a problem down there in the transmission. Ryan Dyer, more troubles there. Gets out of the way though for Quentin Haley and Ryan McCaskill. Really trying to avoid those two. Let them race their race. Let them battle it out. I say yes. Let's let them keep doing it. 40 laps left. We are starting to punch laps down. And they keep it going though. Visconti got right up there with Jesse Singleton right behind him. Visconti trying to hold back that front, trying to get that run off from the 51 here. Singleton, I guarantee, probably just looking behind his mirror, behind himself, and in every which way to Sunday to avoid him. Knows the 80 will not hesitate to put the fire underneath the car and right at it here. And look at this now, lining it up into position. Here comes that number 80, driving it quickly into the turn. Got Singleton in his line of sight. And Singleton opens the door. The Rowdy Energy is going to need to try to play crossover. He's not going to get it going on that far up the outside. Those who are able to take the corners tighter right now, they're the ones that are going to be able to powerhouse this track and this run. Smooth and consistent is the name of this race. Joe Lux earlier on really having a little bit of a little fighting spirit in his mind, a little prideful on his racing, taking a few guys with him every now and then, but he has been pretty much clean cut from there. Although now that I say that, he may not hesitate a little bit with that 51. Backs off though for Singleton. Good driving by both guys. He's still going to put some bumpers to him though. And, hey, it's obviously that's going to happen, but earlier on, what I was referring to is kind of that whole ordeal. Just one driver spun around, then just take him for a wild ride by flipping him over. That's what I was really referring to. That's what I wasn't really a fan of. I've made that pretty clear, though, on this channel before in this racing ordeals. The 08 right now of Race Bible trying to hold back the inverted numbers of him. The 80 of Visconti. And Bible dealing with the 80 right now, pushing him up top side, and now Visconti does not hesitate. He lays down the throttle. I don't know what is going on down there with those Butchcraft Gremlins, but Visconti, man, has gotten flagged those things all day long. Takes a little bump and a tag though from the 08 for his troubles. Oh, payback for earlier. Swings it straight down the inside. Here's the run. Here comes the power. Here comes the move. And Bible not able to make a clear-cut pass. Oh, but this one he will. Gets another chunk of him. Floors it down. Drag race here down to the end. Now this is the kind of racing we like to see. Nice moves and a charge off from both drivers. Visconti, oh, he drops up a little bit higher there. Race Bible might have followed up with him to try to slow him down. Nicely done. That's really the only time you got to do that, but Visconti was not having it. Neither is Joe Lux. Both drivers wrecking right on the front stretch here. Oh my goodness. I really thought we were going to get through this one a little bit cleaner than that here. I thought we were near the end of it, but looks like that's not quite the case just yet. Boy, talk about madness and chaos there. Flagman, once he saw that, he knew he had to get that flag out right away. Good job on his end for getting these guys restored to, from chaotic order to just absolute chaos in general. And again, watch Visconti. He did not hesitate. That's how hard he drove that 08. And you can see the 08, he was punching that 80 a little bit, but then the 04 said, hey, don't mind if I do. He intervened in the party, and he kind of be a little bit of a party pooper, if you will. So now the drivers will have their way, have their wish once again. now we are double filed up yet again here. Back onto the playing field, back onto the race scene. We're back underway here, and yet again, a little bit closer than I think they were expecting, and the yellow flag pops back on now. Looks like Singleton goes for a little bit of a spin there with the 42, Jaden Russell. And this might get a little bit more crazy to get around here. Yeah, it looks like Russell just, I don't even know what the heck happened to Russell there, honestly. Let's take a look at it from another angle here. He looks like he got kind of sent around a little bit here, entering into that turn. Owen Collier saying, I gave up, I can't drive. Well, it's alright, but I can't either, so don't feel too bad. That's what ended up happening there, that 42, Jaden Russell. When we get back to the restart, 25 laps remain now here on the show. And every single one of these drivers right now, I gotta believe, is just trying to find a way out of this nightmare injected fuel of a problematic zone car. As they get right back on the gas pedals and back out of the loud runs. Clean, clean. Okay, this might get interesting. Oh no, Karakov backs off quite a bit there. He actually let Joe Lux kind of go around him there. Race Bible though, not far out of this one yet here. He moves it right back into the fourth slot. Well, I had the race lead earlier, but Ryman Castle and Quentin Healy kind of stole that from him. 23 laps left to go. And Quentin Haley, look at this. He's an opening. Ryman Castle overdrove turn number 1. Oh, he overdrove turn 3 and 4 yet again, and Haley tried to get him out of the way. Good Lord Almighty, I don't even know which one gets the better of the other, but boy howdy, that one of Ryman has got a race lore looking on him right now, because he's the only way that P1 Performance Mustang is even still in check and still in one piece with that Dark Horse 13 of Quentin Haley literally right behind him. Race Bible now looking for a charge, looking for a runoff here, getting everything he can. Firing him up here now, Lux and Bible, a little charge off there, a little firing around the exit. And Karakov gets a bump and a half there, that 0-4. Lux once more, 19 laps remaining here. Bible and Lux in a strong iron will clad fight. Trying to make the best out of both their situations, trying to make the best out of both their racing ordeals. Every single one of these drivers right now are not giving in. They're not going to give out. Oh my, like, wait a minute. That might actually have helped Race Bible. All right. Oh, that didn't. Oh my. Right. I was just about to say off turn 3 and 4, that might have helped him. It got him loose enough to where he actually could just sling it around and get it through the corner better. But, well, let's just say that didn't quite bode well. Here's what I was talking about there. Watch stats 08. Karakov gets spun loose there. I didn't realize Singleton was the one that orchestrated that. And Karakov was trying to dive it into the inside and ends up taking Race Bible. And you can probably guess how he felt about it either way. I don't think he really cared too much. "16 laps will remain now. We are nearing the end. Tomorrow night, race fans, we've got another showcase coming to you up from our boys down on Spartan Logistics Management LLC. They return with their All-Stars race. No coincidence here for this league. They will be doing their Las Vegas Motor Speedway battle there, so stay tuned for that. Also, on the 26th, we will have a full-on return to form for some drivers. As you may have seen some back from the RTC and the fly-by-days, they'll run one more time with us with the Dover race and their trucks division. You don't want to miss it. And then the next day on Sunday, 3 broadcasts to be covered with a return to form from another set of the drivers in the Xfinity, as well as another showcase from some boys from the Joe Sixpack Racing League. And then Citadel Rallycross RX is back, and they are full time with us. You do not want to miss it. Restart it up, firing back on by. And drivers, well, kind of obvious enough. They're already putting everyone to their limit, trying to put everyone down on the track here. Look at that big hit to Visconti, and this time Visconti's not getting away from them. But you know he's not going to exactly appreciate that little bump and tag. Gets into it, Eric off though, and then get it refired, squared away. Keep it green, keep it green. They do indeed keep it green. Visconti and Bible still are on the charge. Ryman Castle with the race lead. Quinn Haley looking to try to take it from him. 13 laps left. What such a surreal situation, such a surreal race involvement here from these drivers. Joe Luck somehow moving into that third place run right now. Pretty impressive to say the least. Race Bible at 0.8 right now, trying to hold down the line, trying to hold down the spiel, but it's Conti certainly not giving him anything there. 11 laps left to go. Down on the edge here. Oh, it's like the huge bump and tag on the rear, and now Visconti gets exactly where he wants to be. Runs the hard line down the inside. Jaden Russell, though, is kind of in a nuisance here. That one was close. You saw Race Bible literally found the loud pedal there. He knew he had to go before Visconti got him. He got him anyway. Oh, that little bobble, though, that really got him a little bit loose. That's going to get it really loose there. Jane Russell with another corner up on turn 4. The tags and the runs just keep on coming. But we're down to the final 8 laps here. Ryman Castle has the race lead, but he's going to run into lap traffic in a minute. And Quinn Haley knows this. He's hoping and he's probably praying for some help from the lap cars so he doesn't have to use too much of that bumper up. Whether or not he will have to use it, we'll see in a minute. Joe Lux right now giving a good charge off on Jesse Singleton. Holds his line down. Jane Russell, Race Bible, and looks like Matthew Karakov kind of spread out a little bit in between, which is Christian Visconti literally taking this one to the end, taking it down to the field end position. We are now down with a flagman putting up a high 5 in the air. 5 laps to go. There's the distance. About a 2-car length distance between Haley and Castle for the race win. 5 to go now. Haley needs to start charging. That will not do it. Hits the wall protection going the inside. Got a little too aggressive. He needs help. Ryman Castle is not going to give it there. But he's going to get in lap traffic. This could be it. Castle knows if he can just get ahead of Haley, it doesn't matter. 3 laps to go. Oh, but the right driver's right in front of our bound pretty quick. Now Castle is in lap traffic. He's going to deal with Ryan Dyer. That one. As Karakov will deal with Haley there in the 13. Russell off of turn number 4 is going to be right in the way. 2 to go. 2 laps to go. Russell stays up high. Lets them fight it out on their own terms. We're coming down to the end. Here we go. White flag high in the air. Great. Ryman Castle, your race leader. Quinn Haley trying to make one last ditch effort, one last chance. One more opportunity to try to strike it big here as they bring him off turn number 4. White to checkers. Ryman Castle will win the All-Stars race. P1 Performances number 1 is number 1 today. Raymond Castle strikes it big, strikes at home, and huge victory for the number 1. While the drivers celebrate a little bit with some more burnouts, let's take a look at our race results now, popping up on your screen. Ryman Castle takes the victory. Quinn Haley goes second. Third to Joe Lux. Fourth, Jesse Singleton. Fifth to Christian Visconti. Round out your top 5 in the All-Star race. Absolutely heated performance, to say the least, here out on the track. And frankly, I don't think we would have it any other way here on this showcase. What a battle, what a race, and what a draw from everybody that popped on in to race this one out and put on a show. Race fans, we're going to now take it down and talk with the top 3 drivers here. Have a little listen in with them, how they felt, how they seen it, and how they did. It's going to be a very, very interesting chat with some of these guys here. Well, I'm presuming we've got Joe Lux on the line here in a minute, but let's go ahead and talk real quick, I guess, just from the top to the bottom. We're going to start with the first place finisher here today. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner, the All-Star winner, Ryman Castle, and the number 1 pops away with the W and the victory here. First off, congratulations on that, Ryman, and really, you had a lot going on in this battle between you and the field. How did it feel out there to take this one home, though?
It feels pretty good. Just basically just trying to save tires there and make sure I got off the corner well, and just trying to just really look more in my mirror than I did in front of me, to be honest with you.
For sure there. Now, we're kind of looking towards the mirror, looking towards the actual lap traffic there. It looked like they were getting a little bit crazy on their own end, dealing with their little battle, and I'm presuming they didn't realize you guys were right behind them and kind of backed off. Was it basically from there just stay under control?
Yeah, I started getting real loose in there at the end, and tires were just giving up. I tried putting some front brake in it, and that didn't really work, so I went back to where I was, and they realized that we were right there. Me and Quentin were right there on them, so it was nice of them to back off. I appreciate that, and was able to truck on by and get going.
Trickle on by, pull off the W, pull off the win. You defeat Quentin Haley here at the clash of the Colosseum track. Who do you want to thank you for that?
I gotta thank P1 Performance, Austin Maynard Racing, Race 1 Wraps, Rocket Fabrication Suspension, the Cody Coughlin Company, and Jegs.com, Jimmy Gawker Racing, and just gotta thank you guys for doing this for us, and it's pretty cool to do it.
For sure there. Well, Ryman, congratulations on this race win. Very big victory for you and your crew, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryman Castle in the number 1 P1 Performance pops away with the W. He'll take down that 13 car of Quentin Haley in his Dark Horse machine, but nevertheless a solid performance from the heats into the A main All-Star race. Quentin, congratulations on the second place finish here. And really, what a performance for you and your crew. You had the car dialed in all day long. It just really boiled down to a couple things with lap traffic and also just how everything played out in the last bit of the race, isn't it?
Yeah, I had a really fast number 13 Dark Horse Racing Camaro. Yeah, like you said, those lap cars really, I think on that last green flag run, I think kind of cost me there. I think the 42 car kind of pinched me down. So, you'll have that in racing, that's whatever. But we had a good race. I'm really happy with the way Ryman and I raced each other. I think I could have probably wrecked him for the win, but that's just not how I want to do it,
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, if you could really kind of look back at anything here from this short track ordeal and maybe what these boys can kind of learn from, do you think your crushing and all that craziness is finally out and everyone is a little bit more controlled for the next couple races coming up?
Oh, I don't know. I actually feel like today might have been the least aggressive. I wasn't ever in the back outside of when I was just riding around when I got moved there after the second stage, but that was the most calm race for me in my experience. So I don't know if it's what's going on. Maybe it's just a different caliber of driver we're really working on right now. But yeah, it was a good race. I'm looking forward to finishing the season. Pretty high up there in points, so hoping to make a run at the championship.
For sure there. A run at the championship could be coming your way, but Quentin, as you come away here with a second place finish, I must ask you, sir, who do you want to thank you for that?
I would like to thank my crew, Dark Horse Race Cars, Lee Filter Good Protection, the Fraternal Order of Eagles, Chris Rice of Colleague Racing, Matthew Logan Shocks, Limeade Media, and Daily Fitness.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Quentin, also, if you want to know a little something too, you're not going to exactly walk away not a winner. We just received word, and you may want to check the chat, but you've got a $50 gift card coming your way from the drawing. So, same thing for Jesse Singleton. They are the winner of the first card, and you are the winner of the second one. So, congratulations on that, and congratulations on a well-fought race here, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate the gift card. It makes being the first loser a little easier to bear.
For sure there. Quentin, thanks for your time, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He's definitely a bit of a character. He's enjoying it here today. What a battle performance there for him and his crew. And finally, to top it all off here, Joe Lux once again puts on an amazing fight in a battle amongst themselves and their colleagues. But Lux, I mean, in this race, dude, you were literally all on the shot, all on the fight and in the fray. There were some crazy times in there, and I know there probably a few of these drivers probably got on your skin a little bit if I had to guess here, didn't they?
Oh yeah, definitely that 80 car. Like I don't know if you saw it, but I punted him, cleanest punt ever.
Let's just say we did see it. You can watch the broadcast later. You may either hate us for it or you may like or respect us for it. Either way, you may not like us too much.
Hey, it's all right, man. Hey, when we go to a short track, you gotta expect that front bumper to the back bumper, no matter where you go. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I had pretty fun today. I mean, I'm gonna tell you my little strategy. I mean, it really wasn't working, but I was seeing a little bit. I was downshifting, going the corners. I mean, it wasn't working out to catch top two, but oh well, take a top three.
For sure there. Take top three. Take this one in the end. Yeah, there's a lot of short track racing and a lot of bumping and banging there, Lux. We will not disagree on that. So as we go away here tonight, though, capping off the night, Lux, I must ask you, sir, you're coming away third. Who do you want to thank you for this all-star race finish?
Well, obviously, I want to thank P1 Performance. I want to thank Zach Woods. He was helping me spot. He was telling me everything, what to do. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Cody Cuff & Company, Jags, Ryan McCastle, Jaden, Race, all the guys that were just sitting here today. I want to thank you guys for hosting this, and I want to thank that 80 car for making me get up on the wheel tonight.
Get up on the wheel, put some bumpers, and maybe get a little bit of that aggression out. But, Joe, congratulations, sir, and what a performance.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Lux, your third-place finisher here to cap the night off. One last thing, though. We have our friend Patrick Jenks join us in, the owner of MRL Racing.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say congratulations to our top three drivers tonight, Ryman, Hugh, and David. Thank you to our awesome broadcast crew. I hope you guys enjoyed the race, and we will see you all next week.
See you all next week indeed. Race fans, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you then when the green flag flies once more right here on the showcase, PTM Racing TV.